We were just talking about a Vanguard account that you had set up.
Yeah, cool.
And it was good information.
Yeah.
I didn't act on it when you said to do it. I'm ready to act on it now.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about the journey from when you started it, what it's looking like now, and then I was asking you how it ties into your work schedule. I know you dollar cost average it, but do you have to like go through the HR, go through company to tie them in, or do you just get a certain amount and then auto pay in? Like, explain to me the setup so I can get rolling.
Okay, so the question is, how do you invest in an ETF? And since we're talking specific examples, I'm gonna show the ETF that I put $3,000 in.
Okay, sorry, let's rewind. I didn't even realize I do now, but you set up Vanguard because on the platform, you can buy ETFs.
Yeah, Vanguard is.
We're gonna have to do what is the ETF. I know it's a bundled stock, but a lot of people want to know what's the difference in the ETF and a mutual fund. And I think the main thing is fees, but we'll get into that. So you set up a Vanguard account and then walk me through the ETF you purchased and how that looks now.
VT Sachs. So
that's the name of the ETF.
Yeah. So VT Sachs, right? Jared was like, yo, like look this up. So I looked it up. I came across like, I think Our Rich Journey, you know, you can check out like their channel, super dope, and how they retired at 39. And one of the main vehicles was VT Sachs. Okay. And the key thing was that it had great compounding interest year over year. And then also like the expense ratio was super low, and it wasn't being managed by anybody per se. And this was a vehicle that people were using, or this couple had used to retire. So I looked into it. There are multiple ways to get into it. Maybe we'll make another video. But for the Admiral shares, the opening investment is $3,000. There's another ETF that you could put a lower amount into and then roll over into VT Sachs. Okay. And the benefit of the Admiral shares, the way I understand it, is like they have like the lowest expense ratio, expense fee. Okay. All right, cool. So now to answer your specific question, there is investing in your 401k, but then after you have money left over, what I found to be helpful is you divide that up into different accounts and send it places.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
When
Put
I
it all
log
to
into
work
my
in
payroll,
different places, right? Yeah.
Right, just automate everything. So what I do is I go into my Google like payroll system. I'm like 15% goes to Vanguard, 15% is my Charles Schwab, that's my check-in.
Okay, so they must, I don't know if that's a Google thing, but
everybody does it. Okay, like almost everybody does it. But even if your company doesn't do it,
you can do it manually, just somehow use some other automated process.
Nah, but you know I'm an automated person.
Okay, automated
so we have to automate it. So even if everything went to your Charles Schwab, from there you would just get all the wires or the transfers
set up.
So your stuff.
So bi-weekly when this hits, this wire kicks off.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
You're $7,000 because y'all balling. You know what I'm saying? Your 7 to 10 grand hits every 2 weeks, right? That's a metaphorical number, right? Like I don't be trying to rob Mac. And then from there, like you got your wire transfer set up for those days that can go into different accounts. Okay. So from there in Vanguard, it'll go into something called a settlement account, and from that settlement account, the same thing is automated. It just buys shares for me. So I get paid. Money transfers like the same day because my payroll doesn't hit like any account. Like my payroll just sends it to these places. So Friday, everything hits. I got $2,000 in Vanguard. I got $2,000 in Charles Schwab, and then from there, the same day, the stock automatically gets purchased or the amount of that stock. And the cool thing about ETFs is that they could buy like partial shares too. Okay. And so that's the automated plan. So let's just look at my brokerage account. I bought 2 mutual funds. I bought this one that I was testing out, and then I bought VT Sachs, which is the bulk of it, and then I also bought Apple, Disney, and then NIO, which is an electric car company. You see these ones didn't do too well, so I ended up selling those. Apple did great, right? It's not a lot in there for Apple, but the one I want to focus on or talk about is just this one. So
and this is all through?
This is Vanguard.
Vanguard, okay. Yeah, so you buy those stocks right through Vanguard? Yeah. Like single stocks? Yeah. ETFs and single stocks. Yeah. Right. Yeah, like Vanguard can do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. But I mean, it's a trusted platform and there's no fees. Yeah. So it's like super dope. But you can open up a Vanguard account for free. Step one. Doing that tonight. Then you get an account, and then with that account or that wire number, you go to your company's payroll and you're like, all right, you look at your percentages and what you can afford to invest, and then you have that sent there automatically. And so I'm not, like you and I got the same personality. So for people who aren't as disciplined or still like the wild and have a good time, and if you're in the club and you would spend like $4,000 if you had it, the way not to do that is to have everything automated. So you only can spend like what's left. And so you're already paying yourself first before you even get access to the money.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you can't even go into your settlement account and do anything with it because it automatically buys it the same day. Okay. So like, let's say you were like, hey, Kay, I'm kidnapped. I need like, You know what I'm saying? I need like 2 G's. I'd be like, oh, bro, like next Friday, because I got to wait till it buys the ETF. And I got to sell it. Then they got to settle. So all of these barriers is how you could
protect yourself
psychologically and invest money.
I think I'm going to sign up tonight.
Oh, no, you have to.
I haven't. Which is, I didn't jump on it.
Right.
I see what it's doing.
All right, so 3 points for this video. Open up a Vanguard account. And then secondly, once you get that number, go to your payroll and have a certain amount of money go into your settlement account. And then automate the purchasing of that stock on the same day so you don't have a chance to f that shit up. And that's how we're going to get rich, man. So this is just one example. We'll be showing you a lot of this. We'll be starting my Patreon in the spring where we'll go into deep dives. I'll show you specific numbers, show you like net worth, all the shit that y'all really want to know. But we'll show that to you behind like a paywall because I don't want to get Mac robbed. Like, let me stop saying it.
FYI, I never been robbed in my life. Oh, you get K-Dog's address when you subscribe to the Patreon so you can pull up on him.
Hey man, don't. I keep heat with me.
Don't do it.
So put VT Sachs on your radar, research it, look it up. Look up Our Rich Journey. Just Google them, right? Retired at 39 with 2.5 million. Their name will pop up. Subscribe to them. They're retired when I guess I saw that video. They were 39 and they're currently retired in Portugal. So neither here nor there. But for you, we're just going to take like step one, which is let's open up a Vanguard account. VT Sachs is what a lot of my wealthy friends or rich friends, a lot of us have VT Sachs as one of the main vehicles that we're using to build wealth. And that just shows you using dollar cost averaging, being super consistent. You've seen what I've been able to accumulate in a year in just that one account.
Bro, this was actually educational. Like, I'm glad we do this podcast.